We start here this hour. Gauteng Traffic Police are urging motorists to stay alert and drive safely ahead of the National Day of Prayer at the FNB Stadium today. For more on today's proceedings, we take you now to Liezle Wilson and Lerato Makola, who are at the FNB Stadium for us. But first up, Liezle Wilson, talk to us about what is happening. We see there the stadium slowly starting to fill up, well, fast filling up rather.
Lucy, I can barely hear you at this point because the energy is palpable and the noise, the natural sound around us is getting louder and louder. We just saw the ZCC brass band make their way into the stadium. They've set the tone and the scene of what's to come as that program is set to kickstart around 9 o'clock. But we are here for that all-important National Day of Prayer here at the FNB Stadium that's hosted by the Motsepe Foundation. It's the 5th edition since its inception back in 2017, bar the COVID pandemic years that made this gathering not possible. But the numbers are slowly increasing, of course, as people continue to make their way into the stadium. And it's getting brighter and more colorful. If our cameraman can just, pan across the stadium to show you the different denominations and church members, as well as interfaith members that are in attendance today. And they're donning various clothing to really represent, their culture, their religion as well. And come together to pray, to stand in unity, to stand in unison and build that social cohesion and nation building aspect that our nation so desperately needs. Because as you know, we've got a soft heart as a nation, but we still bleed from some of those old bruises and scars. And we know what it's like to come together, to pray, to hold each other's hands, to sing, to dance when things really need to change. And that's the intention that's going to be set here today, as a plethora of issues also are then brought to the center stage. There's that social strain. There's the economic strain, the political strain as well. But this is where, members are going to come out here, hopefully filling the 95,000-seater capacity stadium to its capacity to pray for our nation and the continent and the world at large, as we look at, finding some solutions upon reflection and building up on the momentum that's happened, followed by tangible action as well. And it's a small offering of a loud voice that's going to sound in unison, where people are not going to be competing, but they're going to be offering words of wisdom and look at ways to heal that pain as, we again pray and make sure that we include everyone in the conversations that need to happen, particularly for our country that's going to be entering local government elections, that's suffering from scourges of GBVF, substance abuse. We're looking at the issues and the ripple effects that patriarchy has also left for our society. Beyond those contemporary issues, there are our brothers and sisters from across the continent that are also facing their own humanitarian issues, and then further afield as well. We highlight the plight of those, even the elderly, even the youth, the marginalized communities where, they suffer from, whether it's pandemic of loneliness, whether it's mental health as well. All of that is going to be taking center stage. And again, we've been painting that picture of what is happening when it comes to the people making their way and celebrating. You can hear the sounds picking up. So the MC is currently on stage and is just acknowledging the different denominations that have come out to celebrate. So if you can look at the images behind me, you can see the yellow and green ZCC members. Just above them are members wearing blue. You've got the green and the khaki members are donning that color uniform just further around. And then you can see the stage that is to my right at this point as I'm looking at it. In front of that, you can see how orderly the chairs have been stacked out, where you can see members donning green and yellow. That's the women. That's on my left, so it would be your right. And then the men are in green uniform there on the other side as well. And then there's also space to the left of the stage, just above the other green and gold members, where the other interfaith organizations and religious members are going to be seated there. And then the VIP section as well, where the leaders are going to be taken from there and brought into the stage to offer their words of wisdom and hope and the message for the continent. And all those who are tuned in, because this is being live streamed from all around the world. I wonder if you can listen and hear the ZCC brass band. They are marching around the stadium and they're creating quite a hype and energy. They're right in front of the stage right now. They've made their way from this entrance to my right, and they've walked all around the stadium, and they're playing some of the popular songs that are really getting the people riled up ahead of the program that's set to kick off at around 9 o'clock. We were in conversation with our specialist researcher from SABC News a little earlier on, who was just rehashing what's transpired over the years since it started back in 2017, how it's grown, and through, you know, the support from the Motsepe Foundation, from small auditoriums, it's now taken up a stadium, you know, where some of the other world's biggest events have also been held here. And so speaking to that spiritual appetite of people that have come, you know, to really support this. We spoke to the spokesperson of the Motsepe Foundation earlier on as well. Benny was speaking to us about how they've had to curtail on some of the numbers because people really want to come out. There are 20 other religious organizations and interfaith members that want to be part of this. And so they're obviously looking at ways to expand and grow and continue on their mission as they look at that all-important intention of unifying everyone in the country so that we can create a positive, you know, and a more equitable, inclusive society as well that's translating into tangible action. So with that program kick-starting off, we are going to, as I mentioned, hear from the different leaders and listen to their wisdom of hope and how they're going to be inspiring everyone. This month wraps up in November. We know it's where we shine a spotlight on men's health issues, mental health issues as well. World AIDS Day is going to be commemorated on the 1st of December. So we're looking at, you know, how that scourge, that has impacted our population and how we can also combat that crisis in our country. December, we also look at reconciliation. That's on the 16th of December. It's the festive season as well. And then beyond that, it's the new year. And so people are coming out in their numbers to offer their support and energy and prayers, but also get the blessings as they edge into the new year as well. So we really are going to continue to bring you all that rolling coverage as it continues, and the energy remains high. But for now, I'm going to hand it back to you in studio. Lerato is also in and around the stadium telling us what's happening on their end as things continue. So I'll leave it there for now and hand it back to you as you continue with more action.
All right, that's Liezle Wilson out there monitoring developments for us out there at the FNB Stadium. This is all ahead of the National Day of Prayer. And she says that stadium is fast filling up, and we will, of course, keep our pulse firmly on it to make sure that you don't miss out on any developments to come out of there.